Elizabeth Hurley, the timeless English actress and entrepreneur whose career spans 4 decades of red carpet dominance and silver screen allure, has offered a rare and heartfelt glimpse into her burgeoning romance with country music legend Billy Ray Cyrus. At 60, Hurley, still turning heads with her lithe figure, megawatt smile and unapologetic sensuality, sat down for an intimate conversation on the latest installment of LYMA's Power Women series, a platform celebrating trailblazing women in wellness and beyond. There, amid discussions of self-care rituals and life philosophies, she pivoted to the serendipitous spark that ignited her relationship with the achy-breaky heart crooner, revealing a connection that felt predestined from the very first glance. Hurley's candor was disarming as she recounted her pre-Cyrus existence, a chapter defined by joyous independence after years of high-profile entanglements that often ended in tabloid fodder. "I had been really single for a really long time, and to be honest, I was pretty happy," she confessed, her voice laced with the reflective warmth of someone who has truly come into her own. "I had a great life and I had a really good time." This era of single-dom, she explained, was a deliberate embrace of solitude, filled with the simple pleasures that ground her: long walks with her beloved dogs across the rolling hills of her Herefordshire estate, quiet evenings curled up with a book, and the steady rhythm of her thriving businesses, including her iconic bikini line and organic skincare brand. Hurley, who catapulted to global fame as the sultry muse in Austin Powers and the vengeful vixen in Bedazzled, has long been synonymous with unbridled confidence. Yet, in this phase she discovered a profound contentment in her own company, unburdened by the expectations of partnership. That all shifted, however, upon meeting Cyrus, 63, whose gravelly voice and cowboy charm have echoed through generations since his 1992 breakout. Their paths crossed in a manner befitting two icons, through mutual friends in the labyrinthine world of Hollywood and Nashville crossovers, but Hurley described the encounter as nothing short of electric. "When I met Billy, even though I didn't really know I wanted to meet someone when I met him, it felt incredibly comfortable and natural and easy from the first second. There was no awkward small talk, no forced chemistry, instead an immediate ease that wrapped around them like a well-worn cashmere sweater." For Hurley, who has weathered the storms of romances with the likes of Hugh Grant and Steve Bing, this effortless rapport was revelatory. "I'd been set up with quite a few people in my single years and never felt comfortable, and it never felt right," she admitted with a wry chuckle. "I'd much rather stay at home with the dogs." What made Cyrus stand out, Hurley hinted, was his authenticity, a quality as rugged as the Tennessee landscapes he calls home. The mullet-sporting singer, father to Miley Cyrus and patriarch of a musical dynasty, exudes a down-to-earth vibe that contrasts sharply with the polished veneer of Tinseltown. Their conversations, she implied, flow from deep wells of shared experience, the grind of constant performance, the joy of creative expression, and the quiet victories of personal growth. Cyrus, who has sold over 20 million albums worldwide and reinvented himself through acting stints on Hannah Montana and beyond, brings a twang of Southern wisdom to their dynamic, while Hurley infuses it with her British wit and worldly poise. It's a pairing that defies the cynicism of age-gap skeptics, they're mere 3 years apart, and instead celebrates the beauty of late-blooming love. As the interview unfolded, Hurley dispensed nuggets of relational wisdom with the grace of someone who has learned through trial and fire. "I don't really give advice," she prefaced humbly, "but if it's right, it'll happen, and if it's not, I wouldn't force anything." This philosophy, born from decades of navigating love's unpredictable currents, resonates deeply in an era obsessed with swiping right and curated connections. For Hurley, true compatibility isn't about grand gestures or algorithmic matches. It's the subtle alchemy of feeling seen and safe. With Cyrus, that manifested instantly, no games, no pretenses, just two souls recognizing a kindred rhythm. Looking ahead, Hurley painted a vivid picture of their first shared holiday season, one that promises to blend her English traditions with his American flair. Christmas, she revealed, will unfold in the idyllic countryside of Herefordshire, her ancestral haven where family is the ultimate lodestar. "I always spend Christmas in the countryside in Herefordshire where I live," she shared. "Me and my siblings, everyone always comes to me." The scene she evoked was quintessentially British, a sprawling manor house aglow with fairy lights, the air thick with the scent of roasting chestnuts and pine. "There are a lot of people there, we eat a lot. We do the typical English thing of eating quality streets, watching TV and going out with the dogs." Quality streets, those jewel-toned chocolates synonymous with Yuletide indulgence, will be unwrapped alongside binge-watching sessions of beloved dramas, perhaps Downton Abbey reruns or the latest Guy Ritchie caper. Muddy walks with the family's pack of labs and spaniels will punctuate the festivities, Cyrus in wellies and a flannel shirt, adapting to the damp chill with his trademark grin. For Cyrus, this marks his inaugural English Christmas, a novelty that excites Hurley to no end. "All I want for Christmas this year is that Billy, my new boyfriend, enjoys his first English Christmas," she said, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. Imagining the scene, the mullet-clad country star amidst cracker pulling and pudding flaming, feels like a cross-cultural rom-com in the making. Will he embrace the cracker hats and bad puns? Dive into a full English breakfast with black pudding and baked beans? Or introduce a dash of Nashville with hot chicken sliders and a playlist of his own hits? Hurley's wish is simple yet profound, that this man who has serenaded stadiums and survived the Disney machine, finds joy in the understated magic of her world. Their romance, which quietly bloomed earlier this year, has been a slow burn amid Hurley's jet-set schedule and Cyrus's tour commitments. Public sightings have been sparse but telling. A cozy dinner in London, a beach stroll in the Maldives, Cyrus cheering her at a fashion event in oversized shades. Fans have swooned over the photos, dubbing them #BillyLiz for their blend of rugged romance and regal poise. Yet, Hurley insists it's the private moments that matter most. The late-night calls across time zones, the shared recipes, her for shepherd's pie, his for barbecue ribs, the mutual admiration for each other's crafts.